here at the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaq and Kenny. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is up.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
And really, all of a sudden, he's becoming their best distributor, doing a great job of orchestrating their offense.
Greg, typically that's not the role he usually plays. I'm not sure how comfortable he is in it, but they've needed him to make some plays today, and he's been able to do it to his credit.
And on the floor for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. They've got Damari Carroll out there. Mr. Clutch out there with DeRozan. Then it's Scola, and it's Valanciunas in its center. The Magic shooting their fifth and sixth free throws of the game. And the first one drops. Well, it was a slow start to his rookie year for Payton, but he came along very strong.
Yeah, it looked really good for the Magic down the stretch. Even recorded his first triple-double. I think there will be more of those in history.
Here's the dish to Carroll. With the fadeaway. And he recovers it. Here's Mr. Clutch, defended by Gordon. A second chance effort. Here's Valanciunas. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game. Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Here's Mr. Clutch, covered by Payton. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
Orlando making some changes. Hezonja, he's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And it's Watson in for Elfrid Payton. Big step last year for Vucevic's offense, Clark. Watson facing up.
Vucevic is a real outstanding future all-star front court. Rebounds at a high rate in traffic and out of his area. Finishes, faces up. This kid has a lot of upside. I really like his game.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
I was able to listen in on what Scott Skiles was going over with his team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Vucevic. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
And talking about Vucevic's development last season, he's also had the highest assist average of his career. He's a good decision maker on the floor, knows when to take it himself, and knows when to kick it to cutters and spot-up shooters. And just a little bit ragged defensively there for him.
Harris outside. Picked by Vucevic. Harris kicks to Vucevic. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. 14 points for Vucevic. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone.
You know, and getting back to Vucevic, I mean, he's at an age where he may only get better. Averaged nearly 20 points a game last year after averaging only 14 the year before. That was an incredible leap in production, and I think it's one that'll continue.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Scola against Gordon. Picked by Vucevic. Watson, that's for two. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong clip.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Valanciunas. Last year, getting it done. second in field goal percentage, and he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
And you pointed out his ranking as the second best shooter in the league last season. I think with a little extra work, he could actually become number one.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Vucevic. Jason Smith comes in for Gordon. And Evan Fournier subbed in for Harris.
And Orlando's offense could struggle at times, and there were some low points last season. The big one happening when the Knicks set a record for the fewest points in an NBA quarter.
And even 3-on-3 break. Pass to Smith. And that one comes up a bit short. I remember that game that Greg was talking about with the Magic and Knicks scored so few points. You know, combined, Clark, 15 points in a quarter for a new NBA low mark.
I do remember. I forget about that one, though, but the Magic get most of the blame there because they were at home and they only managed 7 points in that quarter.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe.
Well, I don't think it would be a bad idea, Kevin. I mean, they could use all the second chance points they can get. Hard work on the glass once again, fellas. They put a lot of effort into their rebound.
There's a reason why they have 3 seconds in the lane, and that interior play has made a big difference in this game.
There's Lasagna. And a pick comes off the rim, but it sinks right in. Lasagna's got 6. Mr. Clutch. The shot is off. We've got a good game on our hands as we welcome you back. Gordon and Vucevic together in the post. The backcourt is Payton and Oladipo. And it's Harris, and it's a small forward. That's who's out there for Orlando.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Back to Payton. Here's the teardrop. And it's good on the way.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals come from the paint.
And he was fouled on the way out. 2 free throws now for him.
And for Luis Scola, a very different role for him over the last 2 years. And he was a starter for most of his career. Then signed with Indiana, who had David West at the 4. Off the bench, though, Scola still played efficiently, but he was just used to putting up much bigger numbers for other teams.
And it's Harris off the drive. And Vucevic brings it down.
He is automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he gets the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
The Orlando Magic coming to this one following a loss to the Rockets in Houston. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice catch. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money. That's no doubt.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
It's stolen by Lowry. And here's the fast break. Oh, and this time, no question, powered it down.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Now a timeout called by Orlando. Clark One thing about Kyle Lowry, he has a bulldog mentality. We saw that from his days at Villanova.
No question about that, and I love that about him. He's very simple, not really flashy, just consistently beats the rock, wears his opponents down.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Scott Skiles was going over with his team. He laid out the X's and O's and told them, we're still alive, guys. We've just got to work together, trust each other, and play our backsides off. Kevin, we'll see if they've got enough in the tank to get over the top.
And talking about Lowry, going to Toronto was a godsend for him. I mean, he had clashed with a number of coaches early in his career. His hard-headedness had been working against him. But in Toronto, he learned how to buy into a system and save the wrath for his opponent.
Here's the screen. Shot clock at 6. Again, Oladipo missing.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
What a tremendous game for Mr. Clutch. 28 points, and he's at 4 from beyond the arc. The weapon with those three-point shots.
You said it. His long-range jumpers are having a deadly effect.
And for Lowry, he's been on fire the past couple of seasons. He's shown toughness, leadership, and the instinct to make winning plays on the court at both ends.
Oladipo outside. He feeds it to Payton. Picked by Vucevic. Back to Oladipo. Shot to stop the run. The Magic again can't hit.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got assist number 5 here tonight.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Vucevic setting the bid for Oladipo to the left wing. Releases from 15. Another miss by Vucevic.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And he gets it to go. 32 points for Mr. Clutch.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Raptors.
Looking at both these teams with great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
Yeah, but they did a better job tonight. They made the most of the extra rebounds, too.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And then once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Mr. Clutch. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic, he's got 19 points, and he's made 3 shots at the foul line.
And you've got to take care of business at the free throw line, not just getting there, but converting. And this is going to be a fantastic result for them. No win on the road comes easy.
Not in the NBA, they don't. And trust me, they're going to take a little extra pleasure in this win, having silenced an entire building of hostile fans.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Vucevic. Fry comes in for Aaron Gordon. Kazanya, he's checked in for Harris. And Evan Fournier subbed in for Oladipo.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
He's really, really good at using his size to free himself up for those mid-range jumpers. A master at it.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with the soft touch to match.
Watson for 3. Toronto grabs the miss.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive. It's just run of the mill for him. typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, you like the fight all the way to the end, but let's face it, guys, this one's over.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I really think you shouldn't be allowed to call timeout to late in the ball game if there's no chance for it to do any good on the scoreboard.
Lasagna. No good. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway with
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny Smith, and he had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined, pouring. What are your thoughts, Kenny, on his game tonight?
He wasn't just a big part of their offense tonight. He was their offense. If you score like that and that frequency, some people will say you're selfish. But if you score like that and you win, they call you a hero.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, go.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny...